so glad that you decided to hang out with this Vee and the Crew. We're right here for you today. We got so much stuff on the plate, and we want you to come in so that you can sit down and sup with us. All you got to do is come on.
Come on in the room.
You know I have to do this so I can let you get that out. I know it's in your system and you just got to get it out.
Yes.
How about this, ladies? Isn't it amazing that they made a month for women's?
That's beautiful. Amazing. It's beautiful.
And I was reading about it and I thought about it, and we're going to spotlight one of our women's. But the woman we spotlighting today is not because of now, but I'm spotlighting her because Black History Day is not one day. It's every day.
It is.
So we're going to spotlight, but before we do that, let the ladies introduce themselves. Let them talk to you. Let them get that out of their system, and then we can go in.
Well, hello there. Good evening, all of my beautiful people out there. This is Tempest coming to you from the Miss Vee and the Crew podcast. Just happy to be here and looking forward to talking to you guys out there in the social media world, and hope you all chime in with us. Again, I am Tempest.
Hi, it's Lawanda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We love that you took the time to sit down and chat with us. Come on in the room. We've been waiting on you.
She is funny.
You can tell one is already getting excited for your excursion this weekend.
Oh yeah,
yeah. You getting ready for it.
I'm
pumping
ready.
Yourself. Yeah, getting ready. I wanted to give you just a little bit of touch of the women, the color, the Women History Month, and the color of Women History Month is purple, green, and white.
Why?
These colors originated with the British right to vote movement in the early 20th century. The meaning of the color, purple represent or symbolizes dignity, honor, justice, or visionary thinking. It's also associated with women's and gender equality. Green represent hope, growth, new beginning. It also associates with nature. And white signifies equality, freedom, purity, and truth. It associates with all those who advocate and fought for the rights to vote. In saying that, we're going to spotlight and highlight our woman for today, Miss Fannie Lou Hamer.
Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. Who was Fannie Lou Hamer? Born Fannie Lou Townsend on October the 6th, 1917, in Montgomery County, Mississippi, the youngest of 20 children. Hamer began working in the fields when she was only 6 years old, so don't tell me you can't work. Around the age of 12, Hamer dropped out of school in order to work full-time and help out her family. She continued to work as a sharecropper after her marriage to Perry Hamer. The couple toiled on a cotton plantation near Rouville, Mississippi. That's where some of the people I know grew up at.
Come on.
Eventually adopting children. Hamer was unable to have children of her own while undergoing surgery to remove a tumor. She was given a hysterectomy without her consent, and they used to do that a lot back then. African Americans encouraged to register to vote encountered opposition from local and state law enforcement along the way. Such bravery came at a high price for Hamer. She was fired from her job and driven from the plantation she had called home for nearly 2 decades, just for registering to vote. And now some of you guys don't even want to register. The New York Times said, "They kicked me off the plantation. They set me free. It's the best thing that could happen now that I can work for my people."
Hamer was threatened, arrested, beaten, and shot at in 1963 after she and other activists were arrested. She was beaten so badly in a Winona, Mississippi jail that she suffered permanent kidney damage. Diagnosed with breast cancer in 1976, Fannie Hamer continued to fight for civil rights. She died on March 14th, 1977. in a hospital in Mound Bayou, Mississippi.
Mount Bayou.
Mound Bayou? Okay.
Mhm.
Mound Bayou, Mississippi, that is. Hundreds crowded into a Rouville church to say goodbye to this tireless champion for racial equality. Andrew Young Jr. delivered a eulogy in which he declared that the progress of the civil rights movement had been made through the sweat and blood of activists like Hamer. None of us would be here. None of us would be where we are today had she not been here then, he said, according to the New York Times. The activist is buried in the peaceful Fannie Lou Hamer Memorial Garden in Rouville beneath a tombstone engraved with one of her most famous quotes: "I am sick and tired of being sick and tired."
And when you hear about people recovering from things, they always say, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll change things.
Yeah.
Strange things.
Come on now, Fannie.
Yeah. And I
That
was
was
all,
good.
I thought about that when we was talking about the family of so many family we know
Mhm.
is from that part of Mississippi,
Mhm.
and they don't know the history that they have come through, and the woman fought right there in that same town where they
Right
were.
there.
Um, that brings me to some of the good things I wanted to talk about, and I know the title of our session today. But before I do that, I want to ask you, and this is just something quickly. We can do it right quick. Would you buy a single strawberry for $19.99?
A single strawberry to eat for $19.99.
Uh-huh.
No,
I'll be allergic to them by then.
ain't no way.
I'm allergic to
Yo,
$19.99
I
strawberries.
know.
I'm allergic to $6.99 eggs. So I know what I do for some $19.99 strawberries. You only
Just
get one.
one
At least you
strawberry.
get 12 eggs. And I go and I said, let me get this one. The doctor want me to lower my cholesterol.
They
I might as
standing-
well buy it in the box.
They standing in line. It was. I mean, when I saw it, I'm like, who does this? And it brought me to the question, why?
Wow.
So that's how I came up with our topic for tonight.
Hmm.
Why?
Wow.
It's some stuff, especially with all the stuff that's going on now. You ask yourself, why?
Wow.
And that was one of them. I'm like, these people are standing in line just to get a single strawberry.
Wow.
That's
Where
not in
was this
America,
at?
right?
Like, where was this
Yes, it's in America.
at? Really?
It's only in America we do stuff like this.
Wow.
It's only. But that brings me to what I'm going with to my whys.
Mhm.
And then after we do that, we got one subject. Hopefully, and then we're gonna talk about anything else that you guys just jump out of the top of your head. But any of these whys that you want to expound on afterward, then I want you to pick it out. So I see you ain't got your notepad today.
I was running.
That's okay. So any of these whys that you want to, you just pick it out and you say, I want to expound on that one. But before then, I'm going to just name them to you. And then you tell me why. Why would you have some beautiful skin and mess it up with some tattoos and ink?
Why?
Why? Sexy and classy is not a lack of clothing.
Why?
Gambling, losing a house and a home just to have to move in with your family.
Why?
Drink, not to be social, but to become a filthy drunk.
Why?
Not only are you young and addict, but no role model for children, grandchildren, or even your great grandchildren.
Why?
Fighting in the streets, especially women and men filming and laughing.
Why?
Fighting in the stores and restaurants and even the airport. Where is our dignity, our integrity, and our respect for ourselves?
Why?
Shooting and killing, talking like life, it ain't nothing.
Why?
Wanting to grow up too fast, don't realizing what comes with it.
Why?
Breaking into stores in someone else's home after while they already in there.
Why?
Stealing and carjacking when they working and you just sitting at home watching New Jack City.
Why?
Flashing money for other people just to see.
Why?
Turning a beautiful body to a paid body.
Why?
Starving ourselves just to lose weight.
Why?
Breaking up seniors, beating up a senior while they cashing a check or even riding on a bus.
Why?
Raping a baby when they can get it for free.
Why?
Spending a lot of money on jeans that they just gonna tear up.
Why?
Killing one woman when you can claim that you love when there's billions out there waiting on you.
Why?
Murdering a woman, period. But the mother of your children who is now gonna have to go and ship to foster home, not knowing the ever love of a mother or a father.
Why?
Cheating on your wife for 2 minutes of pleasure and maybe a lifetime of pain.
Why?
Wearing bad jeans down to your knees, you can barely walk and your show can't run.
Why?
Road rage, putting in line of everybody around you, putting them in jeopardy.
Why?
Hating your mama
Why?
when she's the only one that loves you.
Why?
Teachers got to fight before they can even teach.
Why?
I asked myself why. Then something came to me out of nowhere. How long? And a voice said, not long.
Not long. Not long.
Why?
Why? Why?
And I asked myself, I just look, you sit and you look and you ask yourself, why?
Why?
Yeah.
It's a
Why? It's a few of them up in there. Yeah.
Why?
Why?
And I promise you now, when I see stuff that you done saw so much stuff, and you have and it's flooding the social media, flooding the TVs, flooding outside your door. I mean, you in the airport, it's flooded in restaurants, and you say to yourself, why?
That
Yeah.
don't make sense.
It
don't make
don't.
no
You
sense.
gonna come rob me
what's
while
going
I'm
on?
already in the house?
Yeah.
Why?
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 You gonna rob a senior
Senior
citizen
citizen.
cashing the check?
When I saw that, it
Like
just,
why?
Why?
and I mean beating them.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they were.
How
it wasn't
cowardly can you be?
Coward.
That's a coward.
That is
nothing. But I
coward.
thought y'all supposed to pick one and we supposed to expound
And
on it. I
then,
know
it's a
it's
lot of
I
why,
The
promise
why
you,
is
why-
can be expounded just
It's
in
expounded.
general. Just
Why not
why?
drink sociably? Why you gotta be a fallout, peeing on yourself, cussing everybody out, want to fight drunk?
Yeah.
I know you say all that, but I know that's what they do.
Why?
It
Why
do
you
all that.
gotta wear
Yeah.
your pants hanging down, darn it to your knees, where you could barely walk?
Yeah.
And
Why?
And then Lord knows you have to run.
And
Right.
then wonder why you got caught by the police.
Right.
You couldn't. And then this is a true story too.
Why?
A person that I know got caught by the police after carjacking someone, taking a car, and then he went to to go get the tire change in the same car. And you know how they recognized him? Because he had the same color underwear on.
Oh my
They
God.
recognize him by his drawers. Pull your pants up. They recognizing you by your drawers.
Why?
Why?
For
Okay.
real. It's
So-
a
Oh my
true.
God.
So you can see how it to me is just why.
Yeah.
And it's more of it. It's more of it. And I said, and you just imagine the weather is finna be nice.
Yes.
And you're gonna see more of this why.
Oh my.
We
Oh,
finna,
my.
you gonna be looking, you gonna be in your why.
Why?
Why?
And I promise you,
Why?
I only named some. It's so many.
Yeah. Like,
so
why is this person who's sitting in office doing all these foolish things that they're doing? Why? That man. That's what I want to know. Why? 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 And why?
I even just look at, how a child could come into your home and you lock his doors. I mean, flicking your lights, cutting on your stuff, and you take that stuff. Why?
And they don't even like you.
And they don't even like you.
They don't even like you in your house.
Yeah,
And you try to make them as comfortable as possible.
comfortable
Why?
in your house.
No.
I'm telling you, these whys it can go overboard. I mean, when I was just sitting there thinking about it to myself, and all of those just came flooding.
Why?
Because, and I think one of that strawberry started it, and that started it. Then it just started pouring.
That's a big why.
that had to be some AI stuff.
It had.
You
it had
didn't
to
see
be.
that in person.
Right. It
Yes, I
had.
did. It was on the
On the news,
Morning
it's-
Miracle.
Oh wow.
Oh wow! What they put in that
I mean,
strawberry?
I was just gonna
That
say, what is the purpose
that
of the
wasn't no that
strawberry?
had to be a medicinal strawberry. There
Something.
wasn't no regular strawberry for
Yeah, it was
It's a
1999.
regular strawberry.
It had to make you feel some kind of way.
And it's kind of big. So you say to yourself, they done pumped it with probably
Look,
Everything.
why? Why is it so big?
yeah.
Yes.
Why is it so big? What is wrong with this strawberry?
Yeah, it's a lot of whys.
Yeah,
I,
it's
I
a lot
always
of
wonder
whys.
why would you work in a senior citizen home and you don't like old people, or you don't have patience for nobody. You coming out cussing everybody out. You can't stand the smell, but you want to work there because you said that's what God called you to do. Why?
Why?
I wonder why you have nurses that are nurses and really don't want to deal with their patients. That's what I want to know why. A lot of them get in the field because they get paid. It's about the money. It's about the title, but you don't even have a heart for the people. So
Wow.
why are you in the medical field? Why are you nursing if you know you don't even like the patients? I mean, you don't even want to take care of the patient. Like I've worked with people and they just didn't, like, you could tell they didn't like these patients. They didn't want to deal with them. And I just sit back and be like, why? Why are you a nurse? Why is he a nurse? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why is she a nurse?
That's
Like,
the word.
why?
And because some of this stuff you don't have no word for it. You don't have no explanation for it. So all you can say is why. I mean, if we just take just a couple of these, because I do have a subject that I want us to tackle just a little bit. Actually, I changed my subject. Since we was on women's, I decided to pick a subject that deals with women's, but I want to take just a couple of these, and I just want your brief explanation. Just run through just a couple of them. And we're gonna talk about, what do you think about this? How a woman, especially women, since we're talking, I'm gonna skip the men's and go to the women's stuff. Like you can have a woman that's really sexy and classy, but then she's dressed real provocative, and you ask yourself
Why?
Because naked don't mean you sexy.
That's
You know
doesn't.
what I'm sex. You know what I'm saying. And and I'm gonna tell you, it's somewhere down south, somewhere they fair D naked,
Really?
and they are not small.
No, they got these big huffing tops, not even
And
muffins.
I had went to a church, and it ain't been that long ago, and it was a funeral, and all of the people that went up there had nothing but women, and every one of them was just about naked.
Wow.
And when they went up there naked, they bending over to get.
For the
I said, the
safety.
Pope preacher is gonna catch it. up there.
He gonna catch it.
The Pope,
He probably was having a good old
preacher up
time
there
that
was just-
day.
I said, how he gonna study his word up there, Pope?
With all of that
I
in
was
his
praying for
face.
God. I promise you, they was bending over
Yeah.
and reaching for stuff. I said, the Pope preacher.
That's
I
why
don't understand that though.
Some
I don't.
some churches stop people from going around and putting stuff in the basket. They send the basket down the line just so the pastors won't get distracted with what they're seeing. But me coming from being a little thin back in the day, dressing a little sexy, because I was wearing my mini skirts. I don't think we had them thongs and stuff out like that. We had our mini dresses, but I came to church as I was because I didn't know any better. And plus, I wanted to look good. I had the cleavage out. I ain't gonna lie, I was looking good to me. But then, it started bringing a lot of negative attention, and plus, I got into a place that I wanted to know about God and getting God's business and Him in mind, and so as I start going into the church in my mini dresses, sure enough, just like some of these women do, my tight skirts, everything, because that's all I had, and they said, "Come as you are," and I went as I was. But as I gradually went, older women and people that been there a longer times began to tell me, "Oh, baby, I got something dressed out. You can fit, and it look real good on you." I'm like, I'm not wearing that long thing. I'm not, but I end up understanding, because every time you sit down, somebody putting something across your lap and all that stuff, you begin to wake up. The more you begin to know God, the more you begin to see the other women around you, and you want to be more like that. So you begin to change. But some people just
Actually,
but
I love minis, and I love and you better not put them with some little heels on.
okay.
That stuff look good. But I think that what happened is when you crack that door, everything gonna come in.
Yeah.
Remember I tell you about that crack?
Yeah.
Because if you just crack it, everything gonna bust in. Because you don't know your limit. Like you may say, yeah, that's short dress look good, but you don't want to go up to where the
Yeah, everything
what,
hanging out.
to where the biscuits is,
Right,
what
was
they
showing.
I don't know. Back in the day, I was real slim and I was out there. I
Well,
ain't gonna
she
be
was
telling
letting the
you.
biscuits hang out. So
Babe, bouncing biscuits.
why?
Bouncing
She-
biscuits.
look at see,
I ain't telling
her
no
biscuits
tale.
was hanging,
I
baby.
be like a man. I was just listening to it. They was talking about it. The woman she must have just. Wait a minute. Maybe she had just had. Maybe she her uh I didn't want y'all. What?
Her
BBL.
butt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't want to say, but
Child, we grown.
BBL.
Her butt, her
Oh,
booty, her
that's right.
booty. You ought to say her
Her
booty.
I was
tush.
trying to
Her
say
tush,
nice
her
words,
booty. Okay.
but it was real, big,
Mhm.
jiggly and stuff. And so the man said, when he saw, he said, "I drank your bath water. It don't matter." So I don't know. Some of that stuff must work. So I don't know.
Some
It
people
must
like
work.
it. Some people like it.
Lorraine said you dress like that because you going to church trying to catch a man. That sometimes you do.
Really?
You trying to get a husband up in there.
Well, they said you going to church to get you a man.
Dress like that.
Yeah, they want them. I bet you they gonna be saying we gonna lay hands on you. See the pastor at the church, good.
Now this really blew my mind. Is where all these women was out in the street and they was fighting, and all they stuff was because you pulling shirts, you
Right.
pulling stuff. They
Yeah.
was naked, and the men was standing there and they was filming it and laughing.
That's sad.
But the world we live in now, it's like everything is being recorded.
Yeah,
and it's like,
everything,
why?
everything,
Why is everything being recorded,
everything
right?
is recorded.
Yeah, you
Ain't
can't
nothing
do
in secret
nothing
no more.
without stuff being recorded. That's just like somebody can get shot and they dying and they laying in blood. People recorded that. Like people record that. It's like no privacy now. No privacy whatsoever. Everything is just being exploited. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can see. Like, but that's the stupidest thing to me. Instead of somebody trying to break these women up, they recording. For one, they enjoying what they seeing. They send back
All
giggling.
your clothes
All
being
your clothes.
pulled off
Yeah. It's
all
it's
your
crazy.
weed coming out your head. I mean,
Yeah.
At some point, you got to say, you know what, I'm bigger than this. I'm not finna do this. And you better not tell me that you doing this for a man.
Right.
Now,
and he watching
and he recording it.
Recording, and then y'all beat each other up.
crazy. And you ask yourself, and obviously I don't know it because I don't know the story, but imagine if there was some children's involved. That you have some children that see their mother out in the street, half naked and fighting and wilding, and people's hitting you. And I mean, these women is hitting like haymakers. Yeah. They ain't giving you ain't doing no little boxing. They doing like hitting you for life, like death.
Yeah.
Like fighting to kill, huh?
Nobody,
I promise
they
you.
don't understand. They young and don't understand their self-worth, and they think being tough make them. Women dying in droves. They shooting them like they shooting the men. They stabbing. They doing the women bringing weapons and stabbing each other and all that. It's just ridiculous. Women and children used to be off limits, and let the men handle those battles. These women coming out in droves don't know their self-worth. I'm too pretty to be doing all that.
You would think, Robert, you might put you down on that pavement, on that concrete. You finna have a scarred up face. You finna have some blisters, You finna have some knots, some cuts that gonna have to need stitches. Come on.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't think about that, especially if they fighting like over a guy, because they feel like that's mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna prove to you that he man, and they literally fighting over guys. And then he, like you said, that he probably one of the ones recording and then laughing at you and looking at you like you crazy, and then walk away with another woman.
I can't see you doing that, and then you having children that might see you with all of this stuff.
Then the kids get teased at school because they saw your mama on Facebook fighting and all her clothes off, and
and then the kids get hurt. Sometimes they out there trying to defend their moms, and 10 and 12 years old trying to defend their moms, and they get hurt. And it's just sad. Everything is a party life. Everything is just people just don't care. The heart of the people surely has waxed cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
People don't have morals anymore. Like, I don't know. It's just the world has really changed from, I know, from when we was coming up.
yeah.
It is totally different. Like, the things they do now is just crazy. Like we said, just the fact that you really don't have privacy. Everything is recorded.
Yeah.
You
Why?
can't even why? You can't even have a conversation. Was about somebody say I recorded what they was talking about. You want to hear it? I mean, everything just is just, I don't know, it's just a sad. It's
Yeah, they
like
take.
things is just different, and it's, I feel like this generation really don't know what fun really is.
Mm-mm.
Because back then we had fun. We lived to have fun. These people now it's just,
But
it's different.
actually, I can't even blame this generation because I see some old fools out there doing stupid stuff.
Just because they're trying to copy off this generation,
Yeah, they old and stupid.
trying to blend
People
in.
our age, influencing younger people and doing crazy stuff. Cause I ain't never said, if I did have a man, I probably wouldn't want another one because of the fact it's crazy out here. You don't know what you getting. You don't know if they with they say they homies. You don't know if they sleeping with their homies nowadays. And then they say they a good guy, and then they get behind those, want to beat you up and everything like that. Then they dress to kill and got all this stuff going on. Then you get to their house, they living with their mama, or they ain't got no money. You got to do everything. It's hard out here.
Yeah, well,
They,
but now you can kind of understand my situation. I thought you would come around.
Mm-mm.
It ain't no easy task picking.
no,
You don't know what you getting. You don't know what you seeing, and people is telling stories, and you just saying, you know what,
Yeah.
I'm good.
They walking around like AI.
Lying, right, making themselves look real
Yeah, 'cause
good and
yeah, 'cause they got,
intelligent,
yeah,
and they wealthy, and
got
they ain't
these
got a
apps on.
dime.
They got the apps on these phones now.
Mhm.
They got this smooth, pretty
Mhm.
skin. They looking so
So
good.
beautiful.
Yeah,
You,
and even put them some teeth in the mouth. I know that AI stuff ain't
baby,
no joke.
I ain't no,
Filtered,
yeah.
they
Oh,
cropped,
so much of it,
and they designed
so much.
to make you believe they more than what they are. So yeah, and
Crazy.
them old ones that never grew up. You know,
That's what I said about the how do you the sad thing about most of this is, especially when it comes to the women's, that I can speak from experience, it's only temporary. I don't care how sexy and how you fake it and how you
yeah.
try to pamper this stuff up, because I can remember I ain't never been not like, like them. I ain't never had it popping like that. But back in the day, I had it.
All
Mhm.
Oh
right.
yeah, oh yeah.
You had it,
Yeah.
girl.
I
You
was
had it.
I was what my mama said, I was a honey dripper.
All
A
right
honey
now.
dripper. Honey
That's a
boo.
new one. I never heard that one.
She's
Right,
a
honey
honey
boo. What you
dripper.
I
say?
was a honey dripper. But you got to realize that season is changing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
true.
And this stuff is temporary.
Mhm.
And you
So,
best believe they temporaries ain't it's gonna be as long as the other temporaries.
Mhm.
My temporary didn't last as long as my mama. And theirs ain't gonna last as long as me. So
yo,
you best believe, I guess that's why they were you paint all this, you fix all this, you pay for all this.
Yeah,
Temporary.
it's
the honey
temporary.
dripping kind of slow.
Baby, that honey dripping now as it was a honey, it was a drip drip.
Now
Now
it's a
drip.
drip.
Honey, baby, all this stuff it goes fast.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah,
It's
and
like
I
you said,
and,
it's
and I
only
know it.
temporary.
See, I'm not speaking from what somebody told me.
Mhm.
This stuff you be looking at it one day. You looked up and you blink.
Yeah.
It's over. I mean, it's blinking while you running and up the stairs. Now you be thankful for the banisters. And then now you
Sure
sitting up
do.
there, you looking to see. Now you need to get a glasses in every room. It's
I understand. She still got it. Yeah, she still
Yeah,
got it. I heard her. And she still got it.
it is a crazy situation. And one thing, and I'm gonna say this, and then we're gonna move on unless you guys got something to add to it, is because the peoples that love you, and I noticed this, and I'm speaking for a fact. When peoples love you, they don't see your flaws like you do.
Yeah.
You
That's-
see all of the things that's wrong with you, and you could fix, and you could and work on. But the thing that people that love you, they don't see
They
that.
don't see it.
They see you.
They don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They see you. I was listening to a movie just yesterday, and the guy was white, the girl was black, and he said, I don't see. He said, I don't see. I don't see black. She said, well, if you don't see black, you don't see me because I'm black. And he said, I see you, but not in color. So I said to myself, I thought about it. She was right. If you look at me, you got to see the black. But isn't it amazing when people love you, they look beyond that.
Right.
And they see the person on the inside. But you see all, you look at, oh man, God, there's a pimple, there's a,
We
you
do.
see it.
Yeah.
You critique your own self. All of the people you go and you dress up, for who? For yourself? Because at the end of the day, the people that love you, they love you
For who you are.
for who you are.
Yeah.
My niece Lorraine said back in the day, women were more natural and didn't have to do all of that extra stuff for the attention
Right.
that we need right now, I guess.
No, she's
But
right.
she
yeah.
right. She right. But you said that we need. I don't honestly feel like we need it. I feel like a lot of women just want
Want
that
it.
attention, and they feel like they have to dress up. They got to put on this whole, look just to be
Supposing they said
wanted
they doing it
or
because they
just to
want
be
to.
seen. But you beautiful without all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Not,
wait. Have y'all seen those videos though of those women that look before
Oh
and they put that
yeah.
makeup on the after?
Who knows if that's real though? How we know that ain't AI?
I hope it is.
you gonna get you a little bit of it.
Right. Who knows? Because they one picture they look like whoa, and then the other picture they be like, oh, she's so
gorgeous.
pretty. Oh
Yeah,
my
but
god.
look, I have had the kids when they come over there because whenever I'm going somewhere, they think I don't know how to dress, and they sure think I don't know how to put no makeup on because I don't put all that stuff on. And when they get through making me up, I feel like I'm finna be made up to be laid out somewhere.
Right.
Some of that stuff you like. I want people to still know that
Recognize who I
I want them
am.
to recognize
That's
who I am.
it.
I don't want you to make me up to
Right.
the point. And they say, "Who are
Who
you?"
is that?
No, they put you on. You get messing around with them grandchildren, and them baby, you gonna be made up. You gonna be packed up. You gonna be
You gonna be everything.
Yeah, you ain't gonna even be you no more.
All those layers. How do they need
Yeah.
primer? The primer for
Yeah.
the primer and the top coat for the bottom coat.
The spray, the spray before and the spray in
Yeah.
the middle and the spray after.
And then you
It's
up there
like,
now. You
whoa.
can't back because you get black stuff going down there, and you can't wipe nothing,
Right.
and you can't
Can't
kiss
sweat,
can't hug
can't
nobody.
kiss. Yeah.
All the makeup on their clothes. I mean,
Don't
don't
cry.
do that.
I'm
I
sorry.
hug too
y'all,
much.
but
I-
I never liked it makeup like that.
I mean, I can, what? When I'm going out, I put a little something, to kind of blend in,
Right.
Yeah.
But come on, don't make me
Yeah.
look like I'm a mommy. I can't handle it.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm-mm.
any other
Sorry,
wise?
ladies, to those who wear it,
No.
but
Why?
Why?
mm-mm.
Thank you guys for so much for my wise, and you tuned it, and you was like on point, on point. So that brings me to my question. Well, I had a one that the one I had was dealing with. I don't know how much more time we got, but
We
the
got
one I
plenty.
had, the one I had was dealing with a man with two brothers, and you know the story. I was going to talk about the two brothers, but we'll do that at another time. We was talking about the two brothers because I wanted to know why there was two brothers and one left home, one stayed, and you know the story.
No.
Yeah, you
Oh,
do.
the prodigal son.
See that?
Oh.
But yeah, but instead of doing the sons, because I wanted to know why he was mad, why just get your insight on that, because believe it or not, that stuff is happening in homes real. All that stuff you read, it's real life.
It's real life.
It's real life, and I wanted to put on that because that was my why. But it's because of the fact that we in this Women's History Month, I want to stay on that thing. So I'm gonna give you one with the woman, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. All of the time, we always talk about the children's going back home to their mother, staying with their mother, using their mother's kitchen, their mother's lights, mother gas, mother's everything because they went back home. What do you think when the mother goes to they back to them because of and she's staying with them and work, don't pay no bills, and stay with them. And basically, the thing is, um, y'all supposed to do this. And you know what sacrifices I made for you. And I did so much for you. And now you move back, and now it's all on the kids, particularly. So Give me insight to why that would be wrong, why that might be right. Um, whatever your insight is, because this is now, because we always beat up on the man going back. We beat up on children's coming back to the mama, and mama taking care of everything. What happens when the mother goes back and is now all on the children's?
You want me to go first? Well, I feel like if the mother goes back, first of all, if it's on the children, that's because they want to, but they shouldn't have to. I feel like the only way that she shouldn't have to pay bills and all that, she's got Alzheimer, too old, sick, and something else is going on. But if she's working and everything is okay, um, yeah, there's somebody calling you. So she could call on the wrong line. She call us on the station, Shiki. um, I feel like um it's okay for her to go back home. I'm just gonna use me as an example. It's okay for me to go back home if I need some help from my children. I feel like they should be there for me. But at the same time, if I raise you to be young adults and you say I want to do this for my mom, of course I'm gonna let you.
Right.
But I would make it your priority. I wouldn't put myself all on you like that, because I still want to be independent. I taught you how to be independent. I taught you how to live and take care of yourself and everything like that. I might have fell on hard times or whatever, but I don't feel they're obligated. And then we always say as mother, I did this for you. I did that for you, but they didn't ask to be here. You
That's true.
chose to have them.
That's true.
You chose to raise them. You could have aborted them. I was going to say something else. You could have did a whole lot of
Well,
stuff.
you honestly could have just not had the kids. Kept your legs closed and
Right.
one out there
But you
doing it.
chose to
Yeah.
raise them and you chose to keep them. So I don't feel like it's their obligation. But I would hope that mans would love to take care of me and do for me. I would hope that they would say, Mom, keep your money and we got you. Then it's okay. But I wouldn't expect that from them because that's how I raised them. That's me.
true. I totally agree with everything you said. I mean, I do. I don't feel like I don't feel like it should be my kids' obligation to take care of me. But again, like you said, if I fell on hard times or whatever and I needed to go stay with one of them, I would I'm sure they would help me out. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't want to just be there with them and I'm working and I'm up and I'm well and I'm doing good and I'm just there and not contributing, not helping or putting myself off on them. I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to contribute. I would want to help or whatever, because again, like she said, you raise your kids to be independent and to do what's right. Even as a parent, if you are in your right state of mind, I would do right for my children, because I wouldn't want to be a burden to them. I wouldn't want them to, carry my weight, carry me, and me be a burden to them. I don't think that's fair. Like she said too, like I said, I agree. We had them. They did not have us. We decided to do what we did. We laid down, we had them babies. And so hey, but I wouldn't want to
But
be
I
a
think
burden
when
to
they
my children.
most people when they lay down, having the baby wasn't part of the plan. They just had
But
that.
you knew,
That's
but
just,
you
that
miss.
was
Come on,
that was
Miss
just one
V.
of the things that
You
just
just
came.
doing what you
It,
was doing. You just
yeah,
didn't think about them
yeah,
babies.
and then when they tell you
Pregnant,
pregnant,
you
it
like,
ain't one
oh
of them
my
things
God.
where you said, "Hallelujah, thank you." No, it's one of them things that what?
Why?
But
Go
you
I'm
back
do
and
sorry. I'm
go
sorry.
back and take that test again.
But now
but you
we
have
know when we laying there doing that, doing the do, we know it's a and you ain't got no protection. We know it's a possibility that we can get
but
pregnant. Come on now.
even in your pregnancy, you got choices. You can keep it, abort it,
No,
or you
you
got
know,
choices.
you
Yeah.
got to have money. You got to have.
Not for
Yeah,
the
you know what? In a lot of those places, I don't know about now. You have to get signatures and got to get the husband or the man's permission.
To have
Yeah,
abortions and
how would
stuff.
oh
you?
yeah, yeah,
How would I
yeah.
have to get somebody the permission with?
Oh, you could leave them with their daddy and walk away like some of the other women did.
Then now you see now you
I'm
can't.
just saying. I'm just saying that's
You is
short.
getting that is
I'm
we
saying
is
there
talking
are
about the mamas
choices.
staying with their
I-
kids and you
all I'm
talking about
saying is
some
there are choices. We had choices,
but
Yeah, but once they come here, it's a lot of those choices you don't want to have to live with.
right?
So if you got it, the key to the matter is now, and these are real life situations, and it's happening every day. And one of the young ladies that we had the story with, apparently the mother is on drugs,
Oh.
and they wants to you know, she got to get out.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a different story
yeah,
right there.
that's a
That's a different story. Cause you on drugs, I know you causing a whole lot of havoc in that home. When people on drugs, honey child, they want to steal.
So
They,
you gonna put your mama out if
mama,
she's on drugs?
I'm gonna try my best to give mama some help. But if mama don't get no help and don't accept that help I'm trying to get, I'm sorry. I can't no. Because I can't go to work and come home and mama done stole all my stuff.
I'm gonna tell you, Mama would put me out if I was on drugs.
Right.
So
Sure
you gonna put
would.
mama out?
Yes.
Mama got to
Yes.
go.
And not just on drugs now, because some people on drugs and they not that
They
bad. They
function-
keep
They
functioning
functional
drug
drug
addicts and they
addicts,
clean
that's
up
true.
and all that. But I would encourage them, Mom, you want to stay here, you're gonna have to get the help you need. Now I
That's
take
true.
care of you and I'll do what I can for you, but I'm gonna need you to do your part too. You ain't gotta pay no rent. I don't even want you to go work. I don't even want you outside. Just go to the rehab
but she
place and
gonna
do
be
what you gotta
outside.
do and come and then let me provide babysit or something. Because sometimes when they get grandkids, they get better. I don't know. I don't know, but
Not all
yeah.
the time.
But a
But
lot of
sometimes.
times, if you a parent and your children are coming in there high and all that stuff and not doing, you don't even just don't want to look at them like that sometimes.
Of course.
You know,
I would-
you
you
want to
kn-
give them their own space over here or get out.
Do
Yeah,
you
you
know I
love
was
'em,
just
but
looking at
yeah.
before I came here, I was just looking at John Legend, and he said that his mother, he couldn't look at her because she was on drugs.
Yeah.
And he
Wow.
said it happened after the mother died. He says grandmother died
After
at,
grandma.
at
Oh,
58
okay.
something. And he said,
Oh,
and then
Pain.
the mother, it
went
couldn't handle it.
downhill from now.
And he said, but he couldn't look at her.
Wow.
He couldn't look at her. And he said, so one of the things now is just trying to, forgive her. He forgave her.
Mhm.
And then, so his word to everybody was, when you have, try not to give up on them.
That's true.
Yeah.
And that was,
yeah.
and
Yeah,
that
that's
was,
true.
and that was the one, because I was just on my way finna come here, and I heard that story. But and I just believe, and I don't know, maybe I never had it, and then I've had to deal with it and that stuff. But I would have to fight for my mama.
Mhm.
Of course you're gonna do that.
Whatever I don't know if I have to put her out.
I don't know.
I may have to get some duct tape and tie it to the chair or something. But
Lock her up until you come
I gotta
home
lock.
from work or
Mom, I'm
something.
sorry. I gotta tape you down till I
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, you
But
know.
I wouldn't say,
I
yeah.
just could not see that somebody that made some sacrifices and didn't go to the fire station and didn't dump me in the garbage can, because just recently there was a baby and the baby lived,
Yeah.
was dumped in the garbage can.
Wow.
Oh baby, it's some strong survivors out here.
It is.
And
It
so
is.
no,
So
I would have to do that.
Even if she's stealing everything and
That's what I was gonna say.
causing problems, bringing drug addict people in your house
Right.
and putting you and your children at harm,
danger.
how would that
You
work?
know what? I think that I don't know. But
'Cause that happens.
but just having to, I would have to, it'd have to be something of grave thing. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm.
Before I can say, because I don't know, I would just, whatever it take, I'm got to go down with mine.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Because we all say that if we never been in that situation.
Exactly.
Right.
But I've seen people that says, here come my mom. And I seen one time on the TV where the little boy slapped his mom because she was so high and nodding all outside and people taking advantage of her. He got so mad he slapped her. And I'm sure he didn't want to, but it's embarrassing and it's
Yeah,
hurtful.
It's hurtful.
And yeah, that's a hard situation to
It
be in.
is.
That is very hard. I can
And
say
it's
I'm gonna
easier
put mama
saying
out.
what
Yeah,
you would do
I
if,
can
like you
say
said,
I'm
But
if
when
you
you
haven't
come
walked
face
in
to
it.
face
But
with
when
it,
you
it's
come
a
face to
different-
face,
Yes,
it's
it's a
different.
different
it's a
story.
different
Yeah,
feel
it's different.
because the heart, the
When you on
love.
the outside looking in, it can be
Mhm.
easily said than
Oh,
done.
yeah.
But I probably wouldn't put her out, but I'll leave her there. I probably would, because if I can't take it anymore and I
You
want to
will
make
leave
sure,
your own house.
yeah, sure will, sure will. Done it before.
So who gonna pay the rent? You still pay the rent
If it makes sense to keep a roof
So-
over our head,
and let them live?
baby, I left my kids and paid their rent.
Yeah.
I sure did, but so I do that for my mama. Make sure she got a roof over her head. When it comes too much for me to bear or I can't do it, then no. But we would have to get our own space.
You would do all that you can. I mean,
Yeah.
because that's all you can do. You would give, do all that you can do, try to help. And I mean, but if they don't come around, it's like, what do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do? And it's not to say that I don't love you, because I do love
No.
you, but I'm trying
people
to
love
help.
so differently.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to help you. But if I can't get through to you and you're not trying to do anything to help yourself, how can I help you? I can't help nobody who don't want to help themselves.
I always think it depends on the level of, like you said, if it's like a sister or a brother, you maybe can, there's limits before you go. And then if sometimes it's a father, there's a limit to how far you can go.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends on where you at and the limit to what you would do. But but it's a good, but I'm just glad that I didn't have to deal with nothing like that.
Me too. I can say what I would do right now and how I would feel right now, but at the same time, never been in that situation.
Yeah, I've
No.
never been in that situation though.
And that's thank God. Whew. But I'm
Listen.
just saying, I've seen people.
Ina says Miss Laverne is old school.
I said, you got to go, Mom.
You got to.
Yeah,
What would you
You
do,
got
Ina,
to
if
go.
you was in that situation?
You
What
got
would
to
you
go.
do?
Baby, now people are letting you go. And you ain't even got to be on no drugs, and you ain't got to be an alcoholic.
Right.
Mama, you done been here. It's gone on. They'll put a time limit on you.
Now, I wouldn't do that. I would no. I
Oh,
would
people
not.
tell
I
you,
wouldn't put my
You
mama
got to
out
put
like
on
that.
a contract. You got.
My kids better not never let me move in. I ain't turning off nail lights.
Yes, you will.
No, I ain't. I'm gonna lay
Now,
on the
what would
couch
Jesus-
all
what would
day.
Jesus say to you?
Jesus said, "Girl, get them back."
No, he would not. No, he would not. Grace, and she would not do that anyway. She gonna turn them down lights out. He just talking right now. She know good well.
Now you know.
Now you know. Now you know. You said pick up
Like
my
you-
clothes. What clothes?
Like you said, you may,
clothes, okay?
you may not know what you'll do. But when you get up in there, but I was listening to Farrakhan, and he said something that was so
Jesus
powerful
help
to what
us.
he said. He said that when you a mother and a father, you finding your way with your children. You don't really, you know what I'm saying? It's such a trial and error, but you become better grandparents.
Yes, you do. Yes,
You become
now
better
that one is the
grandparents.
truth right there.
And he said that. He said
Yep.
because now I see.
Uh-huh.
But I tell mine all the time. Oh, you gonna have your turn?
That's it.
You gonna see
That's
your
my mama
turn
said,
coming?
keep living,
Oh,
right? Just say, keep
baby.
living.
Oh
Y'all
Lord,
meet us back here.
we appreciate
Meet us
y'all.
back.
Thank y'all so
Yes.
much for tuning in. We had a great time.
We had a great time. Thank you all
you
for
so
joining
much
us
for
here
being
at the
here.
Miss Vee and the Crew live cast. I said live cast. Broadcast.